foot, fist, ice ball, activate, fist, crouching, fireball, fire fist, and then just mash it at the end. Like playing Project Diva, the fighting game, which I would definitely be up for. Hello and welcome to another Nihongo Gamer video. I've made the V-Skill video testing out new V-Skills in Street Fighter V. This is basically Champion Edition version 5, Season 5 of this game, but what we didn't have time to try was Gill. So there's a brand new character who's not really brand new, he's actually like a boss character from Street Fighter 3, but he's returning, sort of, to Street Fighter 5, so let's try him out. Now we've got Gill's default costume, he's got like a toga for his story costume, he's got some sort of Greek army costume for his battle outfit. Pyron, I believe, is actually a boss character from one of the Darkstalkers games, so I'm actually not really familiar with Pyron because I never really got that far. Poison Laura was our winner of Capcom Cup. Let's put Poison on screen. Since I've got the Champion Edition Upgrade Kit DLC, I've got basically like almost every costume in the game apart from Capcom Pro Tour and like the Red Bull costumes, but I think it means that I should have a bunch of the Christmas costumes, right? Yeah, let's have Poison in the Christmas costume. One of the main things that's like really different about Gill is that, as you can see, he's blue on the left and red on the right, but on most characters, they'll always face the screen. So right now you can see his front, but here you see his back. But most other characters, when they're looking, you see their front on this side. When they jump, they actually change pose. They'll actually stand with their left hand forward instead, so that their front is facing the front of the screen. I think Gill is the only character in this game who actually always stays in the correct stance. Let's see how his normals feel. We've got light punch, medium punch. His heavy punch is fire, so I've got light kick, medium kick, and heavy kick. So his heavy buttons have fire and ice built into them. Looks like he's got a bit of a target combo here. And like a lot of these new characters, a lot of the animations like recycled from previous characters, which is funny. Must be the easiest way to add DLC at the end of a game. It looks like he's a quarter circle character. So I've got a fireball. If I do quarter circle forward, and if I do quarter circle backwards, I get the ice version. The mediums also work, but they just put a bit of angle on the move. And then the strongest one has the biggest angle. Now, as I understand, one of the main things about Gill is that you can like basically freeze your opponent, and if you hit them with a fire attack after they've been frozen, then it probably gives you like extra damage or has some sort of special things going on. My heavy kick is ice, but my forward heavy kick is a command normal, and that turns into fire. And then he's got his DP as well, which is exactly the same animation as what Urien uses in his knee drop. So let's go up to challenges. Usually when a new character drops, we get the trials version for them. So we got volume 5, and I think every character, it looks like every single character has got 2 new trials, probably to teach you how to use their V-Skill too, but we should have 10. Yep. We've got 10 for Gill, so let's actually see how he feels to play by using the sort of recommended combos, but this is obviously not going to be the most optimized stuff that you can do for the most damage, but it should give us an idea of how they expect us to play this character. So it's this: jumping heavy punch, standing heavy punch, crouching medium punch, into medium kick. Whoops, wrong one. Okay. Alright, that's just standard fire, fire, fire. V-Skill. Oh, that's right. So I've got V-Skill 1 ready right now, which literally calls down a meteor from space. So I can do it at a different angle, close to me, far away from me, or completely far away from me. So I'm doing a fire meteor into an ice punch. Interesting. So maybe this will do it. All I want to do is see the word retribution on screen. Yep, it says retribution. How fast do I press this to make this combo? Maybe it's like that. Yeah, like that. Okay, gotcha. Retribution! Which I assume just means more damage. And probably some properties like your more plus or something. So this one starts with the ice coming down from the sky. Wait a minute. Why is it ice now? It was fire a second ago. Is this something to do with my V trigger? So in V trigger 1, it's like V trigger 2 brings down ice. Oh, so you can get an EX that goes straight forward, and you've got an EX that goes upward at an angle. Yikes. How long do I have to wait? Well, you have to wait a long time. Too late. Got it. Okay. Feels really good when it says retribution. I'm sure that in the future you won't even notice stuff like that because you just have the combo built into your hand. What's this? Crouching medium. This is a counter hit. Okay. Standing medium punch. This is also a counter hit combo. Woohoo! And then the knee drop. It's difficult getting this to come out fast enough. Oh no, I did the wrong move at the end. Ah, yes! I didn't actually think that was going to work. Whew. Okay, I finally got through trial number 6. That was actually really tricky getting the EX to come out on time. Like, I don't have the gauge right now, but getting that knee drop into the air, getting that to come out on time took forever for me. Alright, back to the project meteors. So I'm in V-Trigger 1, so my projectile is a fire meteor again. And then what's this? Oh, I've got a target combo, I see. So this is a target combo up here. That's a target combo down there. So because of the meteor, he's still in burn status, and then when I do the ice punch, I get retribution. Alright. Oh, and then it's a standing heavy kick. So this is ice again, and then... Oh, there's 2 different versions. Okay, so for V-Trigger 1 with Gill, pressing it like this will do this fire grab, fire fist into the air. If I press down, I go straight down with another sort of looks like a small meteor. Can you do one into the other? I feel like I saw that in the trailer. Yeah, so you can actually go 1, 2. Okay, so meteor, target combo, ice punch, and then fire. Oh, yeah, that is really, really cool. This is probably where a lot of the fun comes in with Gill. It's like all this stuff, making sure that you've got these combos on deck that go from ice to fire, ice to fire, ice to fire. That's really, really cool. Freezes their stun as well, so which prevents their stun from going down because you do really want your opponent to get dizzy so they can't move anymore. And if they're frozen, it's like double stun. Alright, combo number 8, let's do this. So medium punch into fireball. We're in V-Trigger 2 this time. What's the difference with this one? Oh, hang on. So in V-Trigger 2, we don't have that fire meteor that comes from the sky. Instead, we have this sort of massive Elsa-style spike that goes straight into your enemy. I love it. Yeah, so even if I mash that out, it's not going to reach from there. Yeah, I do have time for the dash. Into, so after I do this ice kick, I go into, so I'll cancel that into that. Into the fire dash foot. It's always weird when you're doing these trials, you're kind of just looking at instructions and your hands are just doing the stuff for you, but after the trials are finished, I'll be like, I don't remember any of that. But I'm getting sort of the gist. So I'm having trouble connecting this into the crouching heavy punch, but once I can figure that out, after that I need to go from this to this to this fire dash punch. Let's see if I can just do that on its own. Like that, okay. I feel like with this character I really need to slow my buttons down. And then, after the fire dash punch, I do what? Oh, and then I do an ice kick into an icy blast! Frozen fractals all around! That's what I'm gonna do at the end, alright. Yes! Icy blast! I actually did it. Whew. That took quite a while. I feel like with Gill, I need to speed up my hand movement in some parts, and I need to slow down at other parts. So it's kind of flipping my brain upside down right now. But in general, it's actually not too difficult. I think it's just getting used to this timing. So I'm going to jump in with a kick and then do a standing punch. So fire kick into fire punch. Like that. Into icy ball. Into V-trigger activation. And then I'm going... Oh, right, okay, so you can't just do a fire move and then an ice move. They've got to actually end up in sort of a burned state. So, for example, like, that's burned state, which means that my ice move will be retribution. I see. So, whew, took me a while to figure that out. It took me till trial 9 to figure that out. Oh, and interesting, my heavy punch actually travels me forward a bit, so I don't need to, like, worry about walking forward to make the crouching move actually connect. Oh yeah, I don't think I'm going to be close enough. I think I need to walk forward a bit for this crouching heavy punch to hit. It's got 2 hits, so actually that's probably when I want to do my dash in. Yeah, that's it. Please wait, please wait. Ice Fist into Fire Foot. You can choose whether you do the close meteor or the far meteor at the end. Oh, I like it. Okay. Foot, fist, ice ball, activate, fist, crouching, fireball, fire fist, and then just mash it at the end. I just need to remember all these things. It's quite a long combo. It's like playing a music game in Street Fighter V. It's like playing Project Diva, the fighting game, which I would definitely be up for. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm doing an icy foot into a jump in and do stuff. So freeze them, jump in, like that. Gotcha. And then I've gotta put the gap between this move. Gotta put a gap in. Does pressing back? Oh, look, so I get different ice. So I've got an ice, which is right there, which gets bigger. Or I've got one that goes a little further forward. Or I've got one that goes all the way out that way. Fire foot into... and then super. Gotcha. Oh, I get to do the cool super. I'm excited about this. I'm just going to practice this last part. I don't want to mess this up. Often if I don't practice the very end of the combo, then I panic by the time I get there. So I'm just going to practice the last part. Oh! That was almost it. Alright, so I was delaying this foot thinking that would give me more juggle time, but what it really is after this move, I need to get this as fast as I can, because that gives me more juggle time there. Ah, I didn't do the super. Oh man, so close. Oh my god! Yes! I have been waiting. Seraphic wait. I waited. I didn't let that ever play out because I wanted to see that super the first time when I actually finished the trial. Well, that feels good. It turns out that after that fire ice ball that gets him up in the air, I needed to do the fire fist as soon as possible because I could see that was giving him more of that juggle time. Depending on your V trigger, that changes what kind of projectile is going to come from the sky when you're in V trigger mode, and that can either freeze your opponent first, so you go in for a fire move, or you can burn your opponent first, and then you can go in for the ice move, and they've got to be like in the burn state or the ice state. And that's really, really interesting to see how that's going to play out, especially as I think a few things have changed with the game balance-wise. I think like when you get stunned in this game, like if you were frozen before you get stunned, then after you're finished with the stun, you'll still be frozen. I can't remember exactly, but in addition to having Gill, who is the fire and ice character, they've also like changed a few things about the game with the way that stun works and ice works. And well, basically, I don't think that Gill is like intrinsically or fundamentally like a difficult character to play, just in terms of, you know, doing the trials right now. I don't know how it's going to actually play out like in matches. I don't know how difficult it is going to be to like play the neutral game, the footsies game with Gill. But in terms of execution, I don't think he's like fundamentally difficult, but just because I was playing a different character who just has very, very different timing, and the timing with Gill just felt like it's a really awkward gap that I have to put in here, and I've got to wait for this move to play out before I can press the next button. But he feels much more fluid to play than I felt like Poison. I really didn't get along with characters like Poison. I also didn't really get along with Cody, but that was a long time ago. I mean, actually, maybe I should go back and try those characters again. Maybe Maybe now that I'm more used to Street Fighter V, I'll understand how the timing feels. But there you have it. That's all for the Gill trials. Just wanted to see how he feels to play. But what's so cool is that he starts this game with the 2 V skills and the 2 V triggers. Plus, if you use him in the Pyron costume, he looks absolutely ridiculous. I mean, just looking at this Pyron costume, first of all, you don't see which side is the red side or the blue side, but I mean, and I feel like that's not maybe as important, but just for example, I mean, I don't know how distracting it's going to be, but basically, just looking at it right now, you can barely see whether he used a fire move or an ice move. Oh, I suppose your body does flash that color. I feel like this costume is going to be very, very distracting, but it does look absolutely epic. Look at this, got like the waves flowing up and down. What does it look like when you do the super with Pyron?
Time to return to harmony.
That's insane. It's like this complete inferno of a burning ball of fire magma of a character ends up with these super crazy angel wings. Just do it again. That looks insane. He is quite the character. He's quite the character. So that's all for the trials for Gill. Just wanted to get a feel for how this character plays. Obviously, it's day 1, so I have no idea what sort of cool combos are going to be really possible, but judging from the trials, I can see what is possible. I think he's an epic addition to the cast. I think it's going to be really fun to watch matches, to see if anyone takes on Gill, any of the pro players, if they take him on as their main character. I think he looks epic. I think it's awesome that he stays red on the right side and blue on the left side, so he doesn't like flip over when he's on this other, which means that you see the front of the character on this side, but then you see the back of the character on this side. I think that's really cool. So I look forward to trying Gill in the future, maybe taking him online. I might stream with him at some point. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share the links and all that great stuff, and I'll see you in the next Nihongo Gamer video.